All right, people, if glaciers are a powerful agent of erosion, then how exactly do they do erosion? It's a process called plucking, and plucking works like this. Some of the water on the edges, or some of the ice on the edge of the glaciers melts into water, seeps in the gaps in the rocks around it, freezes, expands, breaks those rocks apart. The glacier moves along and it pulls all these chunks of rock with it as it moves. And that's how glaciers do erosion. And really, why are glaciers important to you and I? Because they form so many of the land features that we see in the Mission Valley today. So what are some of those land features? The first one is what's called a horn. This is a pyramid-shaped peak where glaciers are eroding on three sides. The next feature is what's called an arete, and this is a knife-shaped ridge, and it's formed by glaciers eroding on two sides. And then the last feature here we have is what's called a cirque, and a cirque is this kind of bowl-shaped basin where a glacier is first growing and moving away from that area. Again, if you need to pause the video so you can write this information down, please do that right now. The next feature is what's called a U-shaped valley. This picture is from Glacier Park. You can see the very distinctive U shape in here, and this is caused by a larger glacier eroding that valley floor as it moves through there. The next feature is what's called a hanging valley. These are smaller glaciers that were feeding into the larger glacier, much like streams flow into a river. Except the main glacier does a much better job of eroding, and so it eats away the glacier or the valley floor faster than these smaller glaciers can keep up, and they're left hanging above the valley floor. The last feature you need to know about is what is called striations, and these are scratches in the rock. They're created by rocks that are carried by the glacier, scraping the bedrock underneath them, and that allows us to know the glaciers are there and the direction they're moving. If you're wondering, that quarter there is so we can tell what size this image is, since we have nothing to compare it to in the image. All right, that's all your notes. Make sure, again, if you had to pause the video so you can get those or back up, you need all of those notes in order to do your glacier poster, which you'll be starting today. It'll be on a Google slide. Follow the directions for that, and you'll get the rest of the information in tomorrow's notes about depositional features. Awesome. Good luck.